Hello guys. Welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving deep into a significant twist that has shaken up our beloved ABC General Hospital universe. The storyline we're exploring revolves around the complicated love triangle of Drew, Willow, and Nina, filled with betrayal, secrets, and shocking revelations. Fans know Nina has never approved of Drew and Willow's relationship. From the beginning, Nina had deep reservations about Drew's character. In her eyes, Drew is not the decent, trustworthy man Willow believes him to be. Nina's concerns aren't baseless, as privy to Drew's dark side, the hidden shadows he's carefully concealed from everyone else, including Willow. Yet, despite knowing the truth, Nina has always held back and willing to risk destroying Willow's happiness prematurely. However, with Drew and Willow's recent engagement, Nina finds herself forced into action. Determined to prevent their marriage, she understands she must reveal painful truths, even if it means hurting Willow deeply. This is Nina's desperate attempt to protect Willow, even if her methods seem questionable. Driven by her unwavering commitment to keep Willow from a disastrous marriage, Nina confronts Willow directly. In a shocking and emotional conversation, Nina confesses to Willow that before her relationship with Drew began, Nina and Drew shared intimate encounters on multiple occasions. This revelation strikes Willow like a bolt of lightning. She's shattered by the betrayal of the two people she trusted the most. Willow's reaction is intense, driven by an overwhelming sense of betrayal and heartbreak. She had fully invested her trust in Drew, believing him to be honest and sincere. Equally painful is Nina's betrayal, as Willow considered her a trustworthy confidant and family member. The profound shock of this betrayal pushes Willow to confront Drew immediately, determined to hear his side of the story. When Willow confronts Drew, tension crackles in the air. Drew, cornered and vulnerable, finally admits the truth. He explains he never shared the truth because he feared losing Willow forever. Drew desperately argues that his silence was driven purely by love, albeit misguided. With compelling sincerity, he emphasizes that Willow is the only woman he genuinely loves, the only one who matters. Drew pours out his heart, showering Willow with sweet words and heartfelt promises, his charm fully on display as he works to salvage the relationship. Willow faces an impossible emotional dilemma. On one hand, she is deeply wounded by Drew's deception and the lingering sting of Nina's betrayal. On the other, her heart yearns to believe Drew's declarations of love and devotion. Despite her hurt, Willow finds herself emotionally moved by Drew's passionate plea for forgiveness and commitment. Ultimately, love triumphs over Willow's suspicion and pain. She chooses forgiveness, deciding to believe Drew's promises of sincerity and fidelity. Willow's decision is not lightly made. It's a courageous gamble on love, an act of faith in Drew's ability to change and become the man she believes he truly is. With this decision, their wedding plans resume, solidifying their commitment despite the tempestuous path leading them here. However, Willow's forgiveness and the subsequent reconciliation profoundly frustrate Nina, who watches helplessly as her efforts unravel. Nina's heart breaks anew, realizing her strategy has not only failed but has further cemented Drew and Willow's bond. The bitter irony is clear: Nina's intervention, meant to protect Willow, inadvertently strengthens the very relationship she desperately wants to destroy. Now, Nina must confront her own emotions and intentions. She's caught in an agony of despair and anger, unable to change Willow's mind. The more she pushes against Drew and Willow's union, the tighter their bond grows. Nina's emotions spiral between rage, sadness, and frustration, leading her to question if there's any way left to intervene effectively. As fans speculate about Nina's next move, the complex dynamics between these three characters promise even more intense drama ahead. The truth about Nina and Drew's past intimacy has certainly shaken up Port Charles, creating divisions and forming unexpected alliances. It remains to be seen whether Drew's sincerity will endure or if Willow's trust has been misplaced yet again. Moving forward, we must also consider the emotional fallout from Nina's confession. How will Willow handle her strained relationship with Nina, a woman who has now become both her betrayer and supposed protector? The potential fallout extends beyond just this trio. Friends and family around them will undoubtedly take sides, further intensifying the drama and conflict across Port Charles. Additionally, we must ask, can Drew truly redeem himself? His sweet talk and declarations of love managed to regain Willow's trust temporarily, but can this fragile foundation sustain their marriage over time? Drew's past actions have shown his tendency to prioritize convenience and secrecy over genuine honesty. Fans remain cautiously hopeful yet skeptical about Drew's ability to become the reliable husband Willow deserves. Moreover, Nina's involvement also hints at deeper issues within her own psyche. Driven by protective instincts for Willow, Nina's approach has often leaned toward manipulation and confrontation, casting her into a morally gray zone. This aspect of Nina's character provides compelling depth, making her simultaneously sympathetic and controversial. Nina's desperate tactics, while born of love and concern, inevitably alienate her further from Willow, making her an increasingly isolated figure within the storyline. Looking ahead, there are several narrative pathways available. Nina could either retreat into sorrowful acceptance or escalate her actions, seeking new, potentially more dramatic methods to separate Willow from Drew. Given Nina's fiery nature and deep emotional investment, viewers anticipate further surprises in her ongoing struggle to protect Willow, even if it means losing Willow's affection and trust completely. ABC General Hospital's writers have skillfully crafted a story filled with emotional complexity, ethical ambiguity, and relatable dilemmas. Each character, Willow, Drew, and Nina, offers different dimensions and viewpoints, inviting the audience to sympathize with and question their motives simultaneously. Their interactions are richly layered, driving the plot through emotional confrontations and powerful character dynamics. Next, we will delve into the simmering drama surrounding Brooklyn Quartermaine and Lulus Spencer, uncovering hidden truths, shocking secrets, and the bitter feud that threatens to tear families apart in Port Charles. As tensions rise, Brooklyn is on a mission to expose Lulu's hypocrisy, while long-buried revelations about Rocco Falcone's origins come to light. Join us as we explore the intricate web of deception, betrayal, and revenge that's gripping the residents of this beloved town, with new twists and deeper insights into the characters' motivations. The brewing storm, Brooklyn's quest for justice. In the heart of Port Charles, a storm is brewing, and at its center is Brooklyn Quartermaine, a woman scorned by Lulu Spencer's harsh judgment. On a recent episode aired on June 16th, Lulu took a lofty moral stance, declaring with an air of superiority that she would never deceive her children. Her words cut deep, especially for Brooklyn, who has endured her own share of heartbreak and difficult choices. The confrontation escalated until Brooklyn, fueled by frustration, delivered a stinging slap across Lulu's face, a moment that had viewers on the edge of their seats. But this was merely the beginning. Brooklyn, tired of Lulu's sanctimonious attitude, has decided it's time to turn the tables and expose a secret so monumental that it could shatter Lulu's pristine image as a mother. What fuels Brooklyn's determination is not just personal vendetta, but a desire to protect her own family from the chaos Lulu has unleashed. As she plots her next move, whispers around town suggest that Brooklyn is diving into a past scandal that Lulu would rather keep buried forever. A tangled past, the shocking truth of Rocco's origins. At the heart of this explosive storyline lies a secret that dates back years, one that involves Lulu, Dante Falconeri, and the enigmatic Britt Westburn. When Britt first arrived in Port Charles, she was a woman driven by obsession, her sights set on Dr. Patrick Drake. Encouraged by her manipulative mother, Lisa Obrecht, Britt embarked on a sinister plan to secure Patrick's affection by any means necessary. In a shocking act of betrayal, Lisa aided Britt in stealing an embryo belonging to Lulu and Dante from the hospital lab. Britt was implanted with the embryo and soon gave birth to a baby boy, whom she lovingly named Ben. For a brief but tender period, Britt bonded with the child, unaware of the storm that would soon upend her life. The idyllic facade crumbled when Elizabeth Baldwin, with a tip from Nicholas Casadini, began to suspect foul play. After digging into hospital records and confronting Nicholas about discrepancies in lab reports, Elizabeth pieced together the chilling truth. Dante was Ben's father, but there was more to the story. The mystery of the child's true maternity loomed large, casting a shadow over Britt's every move. As whispers of deceit spread through the hospital corridors, Britt found herself cornered, her carefully constructed lies unraveling at an alarming pace. The confession that shook Port Charles. The truth about Ben's origins couldn't stay hidden forever, and the unraveling of Britt's deception came with devastating consequences. Britt, under the guidance of her loyal confidant Brad Cooper, attempted to unburden herself by writing a confession letter to Lulu, a cathartic exercise meant to be destroyed. However, fate had other plans. Elizabeth stumbled upon the letter and, recognizing the gravity of its contents, delivered it straight to Lulu. The confrontation that followed was nothing short of explosive, taking place at Britts' engagement party to Nicola's Casadini, where emotions were already running high. Surrounded by the elite of Port Charles, Britt was forced to admit the horrifying reality. Ben was, in fact, Lulu and Danny's biological son, stolen from them in an act of unimaginable betrayal. The fallout was immediate and chaotic. Liesel, in a desperate bid to protect her daughter, kidnapped the child, plunging Lulu and Dante into a nightmare as they raced against time to recover their son. When Dante finally rescued the boy, the couple renamed him Rocco, hoping to leave the painful past behind. Yet, as time passed, questions lingered. Should Lulu have revealed the full story of Rocco's conception to him as he grew older? Now a young man, Rocco remains in the dark about Britt's role in his life, a secret that could alter his understanding of his own identity. Hypocrisy unveiled, Lulu's double standards. As Rocco matured into a thoughtful and inquisitive young man, Lulu had countless opportunities to share the truth about his unconventional journey into the world. Yet, she chose silence, a decision that starkly contrasts with her recent accusations against Brooklyn. Lulu's claim of unwavering honesty with her children rings hollow when one considers the monumental secret she's withheld from Rocco. Brooklyn, who faced her own agonizing choice to protect her son Giovanni Palmieri from life-altering revelations, finds Lulu's hypocrisy unbearable. Just as Brooklyn shielded Giovanni from the pain of knowing the full extent of her past decisions, Lulu has done the same for Rocco. However, Lulu's judgment of Brooklyn's choices reveals a glaring double standard. How can Lulu stand on a pedestal of moral righteousness while concealing such a foundational truth from her own son? This disparity has ignited a fire within Brooklyn, who believes Rocco deserves to know the circumstances of his birth and the woman who carried him into the world. The tension between these two women is no longer just personal, it's a battle over integrity, truth, and the very definition of motherhood. Marco Rios enters the fray, investigating Britts' legacy. Determined to uncover every detail of Lulu's hidden past, Brooklyn has enlisted the help of Marco Rios, a seasoned private investigator with a knack for digging up long-buried secrets. Marco, intrigued yet skeptical of Brooklyn's intentions, has been tasked with compiling all legal documents and personal accounts related to Britt Westburn and the events surrounding Rocco's conception. As they sift through hospital records, police reports from the kidnapping incident, and even personal correspondences, Marco can't help but question Brooklyn's motivations. What exactly are you hoping to achieve by revisiting this old wound? He asks during a late-night meeting at a dimly lit diner on the outskirts of Port Charles. Brooklyn's response is unwavering. I want to prove that Lulu isn't the flawless mother she pretends to be. Britt is the key to exposing her lies. Marco, though initially hesitant, is drawn into the investigation by the complexity of the case and the potential for a major revelation that could rock the very foundations of the Spencer and Falconeri families. As they delve deeper, they uncover overlooked testimonies from hospital staff who witnessed Lisa's suspicious behavior years ago, adding new layers to an already convoluted story. Lulu's missteps, a missed opportunity for reconciliation. Beyond the issue of Rocco's origins, Lulu's actions have deepened the rift with Brooklyn by targeting her family, particularly her son Giovanni, known as Joe. Lulu's suspicions about Gio's parentage and her belief that Brooklyn has been dishonest about her teenage pregnancy are not only invasive but have caused immense pain. Rather than approaching Brooklyn privately to discuss her concerns with empathy, Lulu chose a public and confrontational path. At the prestigious Nurses' Ball, an event meant to celebrate community and charity, Lulu cornered Brooklyn's mother, Lois Trullo, with accusations and assumptions. This blatant disregard for discretion humiliated Brooklyn and fractured long-standing familial bonds. The pain of relinquishing her child during her youth still haunts Brooklyn, and Lulu's insensitivity to this trauma is nothing short of staggering. Had Lulu sought a private, heartfelt conversation, perhaps the two could have found common ground as mothers navigating difficult choices. Instead, her actions have fueled Brooklyn's resolve to ensure Lulu faces consequences for her destructive behavior. The road to revenge. Will Brooklyn's plan backfire? As Brooklyn meticulously builds her case against Lulu, there in Port Charles crackles with anticipation. Her pursuit of justice, perhaps vengeance, as many in the community divided. On one hand, supporters admire her tenacity in standing up to Lulu's sanctimonious attitude, believing it's high time someone held her accountable for her past and present actions. On the other hand, there are murmurs of concern that Brooklyn's scheme could spiral out of control, harming innocent bystanders like Rocco, who has already endured so much unbeknownst to him. Some speculate that her plan to expose Lulu might unearth even darker secrets, ones that could taint Britts' memory further or even implicate others who were complicit in the embryo theft. There's also a growing sentiment that a more fitting resolution might be for Lulu to face legal repercussions for unrelated misdeeds, such as her alleged break-in at Martin Gray's hotel suite last month, an incident still under investigation by local authorities. This way, Brooklyn's vendetta could remain focused solely on Lulu without dragging others into the crossfire. Yet, as history has shown time and again in Port Charles, revenge is a double-edged sword, and the fallout could leave everyone scarred. Next, we will uncover the electrifying buzz surrounding the potential return of a fan-favorite character, Dr. Britt Westburn, portrayed by the talented Kelly Thibault, while diving into the explosive drama between Brooklyn Quartermain and Lulus Spencer that's setting Port Charles ablaze. Fans have been eagerly awaiting news of Kelly's comeback to the ABC soap, and recent hints dropped by the show have sent excitement into overdrive. Join us as we explore the tantalizing clues, heated confrontations, and shadowy secrets that might just confirm Britt's dramatic reappearance, along with added layers of intrigue and fresh details to keep you glued to your screens. A wave of anticipation, Kelly Thibault's return sparks frenzy. The news of Kelly Thibault's return to ABC General Hospital has ignited a wildfire of excitement among loyal viewers. But the real question on everyone's mind is whether she'll reprise her iconic role as the complex and unforgettable Dr. Britt Westburn, affectionately dubbed the Britts. Social media platforms are buzzing with speculation, as fans express their longing to see Britt's sharp wit and layered personality back in the chaotic heart of Port Charles. The mere thought of her return conjures memories of her tumultuous journey from a scheming newcomer to a deeply human character who captured hearts despite her flaws. Adding fuel to the fire, the show's writers seem to be teasing her comeback with subtle nods and unexpected mentions that have left audiences dissecting every scene. Could this be a deliberate build-up to a grand re-entrance, or are we being led down a nostalgic rabbit hole? As the anticipation mounts, one thing is clear: the possibility of Britt striding back into the hospital corridors has rekindled a passion in the fanbase that refuses to be extinguished. Subtle hints or bold promises. Britt's name echoes in Port Charles. Since the announcement of Kelly Thibault's return, ABC General Hospital has been weaving Britt Westburn's name into conversations with a frequency that feels far from coincidental. During the June 6th episode, Cody Bell casually brought up Britt while chatting with Molly Lansing Davis as they lounged by the shimmering waters of the Metro Court pool. Cody reminisced about his early days in Port Charles and Britt's undeniable impact, his tone tinged with a mix of nostalgia and curiosity that piqued Molly's interest and ours. This mention, coming hot on the heels of Thibault's return news, felt like a breadcrumb leading fans to a larger revelation. But the real clincher arrived during the June 16th episode, when a visual cue, an old photograph of Britt, flashed across the screen during a pivotal moment, sending shockwaves through the audience. Why bring her name and image back into focus now, unless the show is laying the groundwork for her dramatic return? Some speculate that the writers are testing the waters, gauging fan reactions before committing to Britt's storyline, while others believe this is undeniable foreshadowing of her imminent arrival, complete with unresolved baggage ready to unpack. Clash of Titans, Brooklyn and Lulu's explosive showdown. Amidst the speculation about Britt's potential return, Port Charles is reeling from a fiery confrontation that has everyone taking sides. In the June 16th episode, tensions between Brooklyn Quartermain and Lulus Spencer boiled over in a dramatic exchange that culminated in Brooklyn delivering a resounding slap across Lulu's face. While violence is never the ideal resolution, many fans couldn't help but feel a surge of vindication on Brooklyn's behalf. Lulu's recent actions, particularly her intrusive and judgmental stance on the paternity of Giovanni Joe Palmieri, Brooklyn's son, have painted her as insensitive and overbearing. The public nature of Lulu's accusations airing private family matters in front of prying eyes at a local gala left Brooklyn humiliated and furious. Witnesses at the event noted the raw pain in Brooklyn's eyes as she defended her past choices, a stark reminder of the sacrifices she made as a young mother. This clash wasn't just a personal spat, it was a seismic rift between two strong-willed women, each convinced of their moral high ground, setting the stage for a revenge plot that promises to unearth long-buried truths. Brooklyn's vendetta, digging into Lulu's past. Fueled by anger and a desire to protect her family's honor, Brooklyn Quartermain has embarked on a mission of retribution against Lulu, determined to expose the cracks in her seemingly perfect maternal facade. In the aftermath of their heated altercation, Brooklyn sought the expertise of Marco Rios, a sharp-minded lawyer with a reputation for uncovering hidden scandals in Port Charles. Their late-night meeting at a quaint coffee shop on the edge of town revealed Brooklyn's strategy to delve into a shadowy chapter of Lulu's life involving a mysterious woman who once held significant sway over her family. Marco, flipping through case files under the dim glow of a flickering lamp, pressed Brooklyn for clarity on her motives. "I want to prove Lulu isn't the saintly mother she claims to be," she declared with steely resolve, hinting at a connection to a past figure whose actions left lasting scars. While Brooklyn didn't name her target outright, fans are piecing together the puzzle, suspecting that Britt Westbourne's controversial history with Lulu is no secret might be the key to dismantling Lulu's carefully curated image. This investigation isn't just about revenge, it's about leveling the playing field in a town where secrets are currency. Britt's dark legacy, the embryo scandal resurfaces. For longtime viewers, the mention of a woman tied to Lulu's family history immediately conjures memories of Britt Westbourne's infamous role in one of Port Charles' most scandalous sagas. Years ago, Britt, under the influence of her cunning mother Lisa Obrecht, orchestrated a deception that shook the Spencer and Falconeri families to their core. In a chilling act of manipulation, Britt stole an embryo belonging to Lulu and Dante Falconeri, implanting it as her own and giving birth to a boy she claimed as hers, temporarily naming him Ben. For a fleeting moment, Britt played the doting mother, unaware that her web of lies would soon unravel thanks to Elizabeth Baldwin's relentless pursuit of the truth. Spurred by whispers from hospital insiders, the eventual revelation that Ben was indeed Lulu and Dante's son later renamed rocked shattered lives and left a permanent mark on all involved. Now, as Brooklyn digs into this painful past, could her investigation be the catalyst for Britt's return? Is the sudden resurgence of Britt's story a mere plot device, or are we on the cusp of seeing her confront the consequences of her actions firsthand, perhaps with newfound remorse or a hidden agenda? Foreshadowing or false hope? Fans debate Britt's comeback. The intricate weaving of Britt Westbourne's name and history into current storylines has sparked intense debate among ABC General Hospital enthusiasts. On one side, optimistic fans argue that the show's deliberate references from Cody's poolside musings to the jarring appearance of Britt's photograph during a tense scene are clear indicators of her return. They point to the timing of Kelly Thibault's casting news as proof that the writers are setting the stage for a blockbuster comeback, possibly with Britt seeking redemption or stirring up fresh chaos. Others, however, remain cautious, suggesting that the show might be using Britt's legacy as a red herring to distract from other plot twists, such as an unexpected resolution to Brooklyn and Lulu's feud. Online forums are alight with theories, including imaginative scenarios where Britt returns with a secret child of her own or an alliance with an unseen power player in Port Charles. Whether these hints are genuine foreshadowing or a clever misdirection, the storyline involving Brooklyn's investigation into Britt's past feels like a loaded gun, primed to fire off revelations that could change everything. The bigger picture: what does Britt's return mean for Port Charles? If Britt Westbourne does indeed stride back into Port Charles, the ramifications could ripple through every corner of the town. Her history with Lulu and Dante, tied to the traumatic origins of Rocco Falconeri, would inevitably reopen old wounds, challenging family dynamics and forcing Rocco, a curious teenager, to confront questions about his identity. Beyond that, Britt's interactions with other key players, such as Patrick Drake, with whom she shared a tumultuous romance, or even Lisa Obrecht, whose maternal influence shaped her darkest decisions, could ignite fresh conflicts or unexpected alliances. Imagine Britt crossing paths with Cody Bell, whose recent mention of her suggests a lingering connection. Could they team up for a scheme, or might Cody hold a grudge from past encounters? Additionally, her return might intersect with Brooklyn's vendetta, either as a willing pawn in exposing Lulu or as a wild card who flips the script entirely. The potential for drama is limitless, from hospital boardroom showdowns over her medical license to late-night confessions in the shadowy corners of the Metro Court. Whatever her motives, Britts' presence would inject a dose of unpredictability into an already volatile Port Charles, and fans are clamoring to see how her story unfolds. Thank you for tuning into this in-depth exploration of the latest ABC General Hospital spoilers. The possibility of Kelly Thibault returning as Britt Westburn, combined with the escalating war between Brooklyn and Lulu, promises a roller coaster of emotions and jaw-dropping twists. Will Britt reclaim her place in Port Charles? And if so, at what cost? Can Brooklyn's quest for revenge succeed without destroying more than it rebuilds? Keep watching our channel for the latest updates, exclusive insights, and all the drama you crave from your favorite soap. Until next time, stay curious and stay tuned for what's next in this unforgettable saga.